My name is Dylan Sara. Welcome to the Drawn Together show. Join me for this series of conversations where we create together, share our shared experiences, draw and paint portraits with wonderful, inspiring, creative people. If you would like to support the show, then consider becoming a Drawn Together VIP, where you'll receive invitations to our after parties where we keep the conversation going and keep on working and learning together, deepen our conversations, and just spend time making cool stuff together. You'll find the link to become a Drawn Together VIP in the show notes. Thank you for being here and enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone. It's so nice to be here today with Lina Coy and Shannon Hagen. This is our 20th episode of Drawn Together, which is wonderful. Thank you all for being here. And this is super cool. Lina's going to be drawing on Photoshop. So we all have our workspace up here, and it's going to be really interesting to see. I have a bunch of cool work I would like to show you. Let's start with this. Yeah. Lina Coy, you've this drawing of your written name. Everyone who's watching in the chat, you can let us know who you are, where you are. Oh, and by the way, we're going to be drawing 2 portraits, and I have these other 2 references we'll be working from, so you can grab a screenshot of that, or I have a link in the description below where you can download both of those images. And we'll start with the teacup image as a warm-up for like the first 20 minutes, so you can already get started if you want. And then we'll settle in for the profile and hand. I see Uma Amata is here waving 3 hands. I know how you love hands, so this will be a great reference for you. We could just leave it out, and we'll see how we go. So yeah, let us know what you're going to be working with in the chat and where you're joining from. Lina is joining from Bogota in Colombia, which is awesome. And I am in Rheinhausen in the center of Germany. So yeah, here we go. Let's look at some of this amazing work. For those of you listening to the audio version of this conversation, we're just having a look at some of Lina's amazing work now. If you have a chance to see the video recording, then check it out. It's always such a treat to spend time going through our guests' work, and you sent me through some beautiful pieces to look at. There's just so much cool stuff. There's just so much which is so beautiful and sensitive and outstanding about your work, like these collage elements. And I can't really read Spanish very well, but I love the integration of type and text into so much of your work. It's really cool. You have quite a few pieces that you've shared with us that have real flowers pressed onto the work, which is amazing. And here, this piece on the left with the tassels hanging from this blanket or cape.
Yeah. It's really difficult, It's really difficult to just like take pictures of these pieces because they have like the 3-dimensional things. Like I put bugs in my drawings, I put flowers, I put stuff. So it's really hard, even if I scan it, I put it on the scanner, then it's really difficult because it moves, like the drawing, the part of like the face, it moves. And the bugs or the flowers don't get little seen. So yeah, it's been a hard work to take pictures of this.
Yeah, and I didn't realize initially that these were actual pressed flowers on your work, and it's really cool to start to notice. And there is a link in the description to a website where Lina you share some of your work, and there's some available for sale as well, and this super high resolution versions of your work on there, which was really nice to see, to really get close. And and here we have a couple of digital pieces, and I love the kind of the dance between your drawing and then this intense, vibrant, color saturated digital work.
Parakeets.
Parakeets, budgies. It's so so interesting to see the sensibility of your drawings coming into this really wonderfully painterly digital work. So cool.
Thank you.
And here's a piece, this one with the crumpled drawing. Did you say it was with a pencil in hand? Had suggested that you paint your destroyed drawing.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool. There's some like this collage, multi-layered, mixed media approach of combining work and all these different things, and yeah, super interesting.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so wonderful and
this
interesting.
one, it was inspired by a contemporary artist that I don't recall right now. But the thing is like to approach the subject in every possible way. So these artists have had like a real chair, and then he had the description of the chair, and then he had like the drawing of the chair, and all three were the chair itself, you know. So I tried to apply that to this drawing too, you know, like that little piece of paper is one part of the destroyed drawing, and then I painted the destroyed drawing.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, it was nice.
yeah, it's amazing. It's so cool. I don't have any pictures of it here, but there was your thesis piece, which was enormous, and it had like it's so interesting. Everyone should go check out Lina's Instagram and just look through all of this amazing work. And you'll know the piece I'm talking about because you made it. And I was surprised that it was so big. And there's like, is it painted or is it real? What's coming out? Like, is the actual? Yeah, it's so cool. There's it's so inspiring, and it's really cool to see all these elements that you bring to your work. It's great. So here's some more digital stuff, and here we're heading into Kanyo land with Carrie and Milo. And this one with Carrie, really, it blew me away when I realized that it was digital. It looks... Yeah, I started to notice all these kind of digital artifacts in the brush strokes and stuff. And it's so cool. And here we have Camilo, and she's the toughest fighter with the Powerpuff Girl earrings. And Camilo, it was great that we had Camilo on a couple of weeks ago, and you were saying earlier that you feel like you're the same person, both being from Bogota, and so it's really nice. Camilo said to say hi, and I was really happy that you're on as well. And
he's like a really good friend.
That's awesome. And the last couple I have before we get into the drawing are these two rebel girls. What was it called? Bedtime stories for rebel girls, but in Spanish, of course. Yeah, so cool. So a couple of these were published in this collection of stories, and so amazing. Sometimes it feels good to kind of loosen up with a preliminary or an unrelated drawing. So we're going to do this warm up and then see where it takes us. It was interesting, like having a look through your work. It was really, you've got a lot of amazing self-portraits, and reading some of your captions and commentary about kind of about what kind of what is it to do this self-representation and self-portraiture and stuff. I thought it was really interesting to read and to notice that you do so many really cool self-portraits, also in your photography, which is really cool to see.
Thank you. It's like been a real process, you know, like self-representation for me, it's like therapy, you know, like I don't know, it's weird because yesterday I had therapy actually with my therapist, and she was like proud of my process. So the thing is that I suffer from an eating disorder from like for 8-10 maybe, since like I was a kid. So I had this habit of taking pictures of me and my body, and then it was a really tough time for me. And then the self-portraits helped me to change that habit. Then it's it was about something else, not about like checking myself
Yeah.
or like judging myself, but to transform it into
Yeah.
something else. So yeah, that started something, and now I can stop making self-portraits, but it's fine. It's
Yeah.
cool.
You've you feel
Yeah.
like you're ready to move on from self-portraiture?
I would love to, because it feels like a comfort place, like the comfort zone is the self-portraits. And lately I have like a lot of exhibitions, and the galleries were like, oh yeah, you're the girl from the
Okay.
self-portrait. And yeah, I would love to change that, but I don't know how to do it yet, because it's really important for my process to do
Yeah.
self-portraits, So yes, eventually I will like to move on, but yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to
Yeah.
do that yet. At the beginning of the year, because I have like these galleries, and he was like, oh yes, we will love to your drawings, but you know that you're the girl of the self-portraits on the drawings with oil and stuff and the collage. So yeah, just do a lot of that. And I was like, no, please, I want to do something else. And he was like, no, we want that. And I was like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want that. And then yes.
Wow.
Same. Okay, so my college, Nicolas Uribe used to teach there, and he was like my mentor. And he actually was like, don't pay attention to the academy. And he was like, just be yourself and stay true to yourself, and that will be it. So yes, that's what I did. And I've never actually made art to please the academy or to please someone else, just to please myself. So it's weird to realize that in the real world, in the actual art world, the galleries are looking at something to please themselves, and not what I like. So yeah, it's been hard to find that, but yeah.
That's wonderful. Highly
So were you at the
experimental.
academy at the same time as Camilo?
No, he's older than me, so he graduated, and then I
Okay.
start the academy. Yeah, but yeah, we're like
Yeah, that's nice.
buddies.
That's cool.
No, and it's amazing to have like friends in the art world, because art should be about like companionship,
Yeah.
like community, not competition. So it's weird, because everyone is like thinking, oh, how can I be a better artist? How can I be greater than her or that he? But yeah, we all should be just
Yeah.
helping each other, to be
Yeah,
a
that's
community.
cool. Yeah, I didn't go to art school, and so I feel like I've had a kind of that there's been a lot of community and sharing and like collective uplifting in the way that I've learned art from workshops and online stuff. And yeah, it was interesting, because Camilo had also mentioned this thing about some people wanting to be the best or whatever, and the
very best.
that's right, like Ash Ketchum. We'll see if we can work Pokemon references into every episode. That would be nice. But yeah, it's because like this thought about like what's art about and why do we make art, and yeah, just the community element, and the shared experience, and it's really cool. And I think that's really interesting with a lot of like seeing that a lot of your work has been self-portraiture, and a lot of what you've written about, like, and what you're sharing about. It's so interesting within that kind of community context, because this is the first time we've actually spoken to each other. But I, have this idea about you as a person through your work and what you've shared, and that there's that all these different layers of community and connection, even if you've never actually even like left a comment on someone's post. You have this this idea and experience and awareness of people and their work, what they're doing in the world. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think it's hard for me to connect with people, like to really connect with people, because I don't trust people.
Okay.
I don't trust anyone. It's really hard for me to trust people. So art and my drawings, they are like my safe space, like the space where I can be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so people think always how I am because of my drawings, because I can be honest through my drawings, so they can actually know myself better than if they interact with me in the real world. It's funny because I'm not an open person. I'm not. I'm like really distrustful person. But my drawings say more about myself than I do. So yeah, it's weird, but yeah.
It's like I hear from so many artists talking about being introverts, and some people that I host a weekly drawing session, and so they're people I've known for years, and then when they say that they're an introvert, and it's like, you really? And yeah, and even though like this thing of like we've never met, but there's still like there's so much conveyed through what you share, and yeah, that's just so interesting. That there's so many people that are sharing so much, and like just so much beautiful, like meaningful work. Yeah.
Thank you. No, with my work, what I like is that I can show people that they can be personal through work. Because normally artists, they are focused on the resemblance of the person. Like I have a reference and it has to be perfect, the proportions and everything, but they don't focus on the sensitive part. They are really shallow, and I like to inspire with my work that they can see, like you can know a lot about yourself drawing someone else, just to have this meditation moment when you are drawing someone and you try to know them through your drawing, and you end up knowing yourself also. So yes, like I like to share with my work that we artists can be really sensitive actually, and not only focus on perfection.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's that experience of connection through drawing, whatever you're drawing, whether it's yourself or someone else or a chair, that when you really focusing on the process, that experience in that moment of creation is like such a wonderful opportunity for connection. So
yeah, and you can feel it, when you are staring at someone's work, when that person We're like, I don't know, like thinking something else besides drawing. You can feel it, you know? Like, I believe that the drawings and the paintings hold an emotional power that the spectators when they are like watching the drawing.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah.
So the idea, just for this drawing, we're thinking this is a warm-up drawing. It's just so cool. Could just keep going with this one for the rest of our chat. But I'm going to start the next from the next reference, and everyone can do whatever they want to do.
Okay.
But it's the first time I've ever had a profile photo, I think, as reference in one of our shows. Hi, Guru. If anyone joined late, well, it's written up on the screen, but you can get the reference by following the link in the description to draw along. And yeah, and now we're just gonna keep on drawing. And by the way, I'll mention now that you can tag each of us if you're sharing. We've got all of our Instagrams in the description, and you can use the hashtag drawn together if you're posting and tag us, because we'd all love to see what you're doing, what you're working on.
Thank you. I think I'm just wanna like wrap it up and start the next one. Yeah, because I wanted to do like this one really quick. Yeah.
Awesome. It was really like I had this piece of Camilo that I shared, and you showed like the early stage of that, and it was really amazing to see how you start so loose, and then it's so everyone go check out that on Instagram, that post on the left of Camilo, and seeing this early stage of a piece, it's so cool to see.
I'm a mess.
I haven't painted on Photoshop for a very long time, so it's really interesting to watch what's happening.
Yeah, I love painting in Photoshop as it was a real painting, you know? Like I only one layer and without Control C. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, and they feel wonderfully painted. your digital pieces. It's really nice. Is anyone else working digitally who's drawing along? Yeah. Fred says Lina's art is amazing. Love it. Yes, it is amazing. And does everyone know that Lina's a bird?
Yeah, you know, that's the reason why I'm a hummingbird. You know, I'm always full of energy. I don't know why. So yeah, even when I'm tired, I'm just like on caffeine. The world for tiny people is not easy, you know. I have to use like chairs to get something on the fridge.
Okay.
You know, like I have to have a chair in my kitchen to be able to grab food. You know, it's not easy being a tiny person. It's not.
Are you a tiny person?
I had to throw it like with the with the thing that I don't remember how to say in English. With the nose.
What is that in Spanish?
I don't know, because I it's weird because people are confused. You know, when it's a digital painting, people are like, that's not digital. And I'm like, I know it's not. I mean, like, I know it's digital, but it's not because of the way I don't use the tools like Control C or a lot of layers. I don't like put the lines first. No, I just paint as it was like real painting, you know, like real paint. So yeah, I like to believe that my digital paintings are also real paintings. So I just tell them it's a painting.
It's definitely a painting.
Yes.
Guru just said in the last year 92% of the drawing was digital. Cool.
Nice.
So Lina, Was your exhibition recent, or is happening now, or it was look pretty?
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
happening now. It's I think it's open till June, like the end of June. So yeah, it's a
Cool.
long one. So yeah, I'm proud
And
of it.
so where can people go see it?
Yeah. People can go see it. It's like a solo show that I made with a really
Mm-hmm.
close friend. It's weird
Mm-hmm.
because he's Danny. You can actually follow him on Instagram. His work is amazing, but the funny thing is that when you see our paintings, you can actually confuse
Okay. Yeah.
them. You don't know if it's his painting or my painting because we paint like really similar. We are like also the same
Cool.
person. And we love to paint alongside, so we have paint um with the four hands, one painting, and we just paint like the
Oh
same
wow.
painting, the two of us. So it's amazing. So yes, they put like a solo show for us because we are
That's
the
cool.
same person.
Yeah,
And
that's
it was amazing. It was cool. The other day we were like, we are like Sam Smith and Adele. The theory of Sam Smith and Adele were the same person because they were never seen like together.
oh, okay.
So yeah, that's us.
Cool. How did you and Danny find each other and realize that you can work so well together?
In an exhibition that I had actually. Danny, he spoke to me. He slid me in my DMs in Instagram, and I ignored him. I let him like in red because yeah, I don't know. I don't trust men. I don't trust
Mm-hmm.
people. But he was like a groupie. So he knew that I have like an opening coming up, and he travel cities. Like he's from another city in Colombia that's called Bucaramanga. So he actually took a bus and traveled for 8 hours only to watch my exhibition. He was like a stalker. He was decided to meet his idol. And yeah, we met, and we found each other, and we realized we are the same
Cool.
person. So now we paint like murals together. In Bucaramanga, I was like a month ago, we were painting like a huge painting for a restaurant. It had like 15 meters, from height, and it was like a giant painting. And now we coming up.
Nice.
So yeah, so he was a nice groupie. He was not a scary one.
That's good.
So yeah.
Yeah, because it sounds amazing to find
Yeah.
someone that you can be working on the same canvas together. Um,
Yeah, I've never found that in my life. I didn't know that you
mhm.
can actually do that. But yeah, I don't know, destiny, fate. I don't know. Yeah, we actually like in our solo show we had a section for birds, or beings that were resembling to birds. So yeah, when I saw one painting of his, and it was like a girl with feathers and stuff, I was like, I have an exactly same painting, so we put them together in the exhibition. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. We still don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe. Yeah.
I'm going to travel 8 hours to go to an exhibition next weekend to the Wish You Were Here show in Antwerp. So
Oh, Please take a lot of
Okay.
pictures.
And I wasn't sure if I was going to book the train ticket or not. And I talked about it Tuesday. And I was like, yeah, I'll book it after the drawing session. And then I did. So that'll be cool. Yeah, and it's going to be the
Nice.
first time I've gone to Paris for an exhibition opening once, Greg Manchess, and I went to Prague to see the Slav epic by Mucha, and there were a couple of
Yeah.
art pilgrimages and just going the distance to see amazing work, and it's going to be pretty cool going to Antwerp, seeing everyone's work and meeting people. That'll be nice.
Yeah. I mean, like, I do travel a lot. I love that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe 3 hours afar from the city I'm staying. I don't know. Maybe. See, I still don't know if he's an actual scary groupie or a good groupie. I'm still deciding, you know? You know, we were talking about him and then he appeared. I don't know, that's shady, no?
Coincidence?
It's actually shady.
You're just
Coincidence? I don't think so. Danny? I don't know. I think he will be a huge hummingbird also. Yeah. Yeah. He will be a sloppy one, you know, like really distracted hummingbird. Yeah. Like an HDH hummingbird, yeah.
All
That'd
over the
be
place.
him. Yeah, yeah. I've
I
never
wonder
seen
about
this picture of me, and it's nice. It's weird, but it's nice. I don't know. The hand, it's difficult.
Looking at this picture of you,
That
the
hand
hand,
is
yeah, the hand
yeah,
is
the
next
hand.
level challenge. I
Yeah.
Falnesk from Instagram had said he wasn't able to join today, so he already started working on it, and he just left the hand out, and it looks amazing. So that's also an option.
Yeah.
So how's the experience
I can
of?
find it.
So you said you've had a solo exhibition before this one as well, a solo show.
No, this is my
Okay.
first solo
Mhm.
show, but the other one was with a lot of Colombian
Mhm.
drawers. I mean, it was called like the National Salon of
Cool.
Drawing. And it was nice because I had an award and everything. I was like, yeah. But it was cool because I met a lot of great artists. Yeah. So I don't usually go to openings because I don't know. I'm an anxious people.
Mhm.
I'm an extrovert, but I'm an anxious extrovert.
Ah, okay.
So I don't like going to the stuff. No, but I love that one because I met a lot of great artists and their point of view. So it was nice. That was on January, I think.
And when was your the big thesis piece, which you did, which was like this multi-paneled, was that a couple of years ago?
Yeah. The prolific. It was I finished it like my thesis. I finished it on December on
Mhm.
2021. But the exhibition it was like January of 2022. So I spent like half of 2021 painting that. It was an entire year of trying to decide what to do. So the first half of the year, the first half of 2021, I wrote a lot because I believe I'm a frustrated writer. You know, I write a lot of poetry and cheesy stuff. So I wrote like a book like the first months of 2021, and then I was like, how do I make a painting or a drawing from this? So yeah, then I came up with this giant idea, and I spent like 5-6 months painting it. I started in my house, like the canvas where the exact measure of my roof so they can fit. And then I have to remove the window in order to get them out. And then I finish it, like, to paint it in the university. But yeah, it was like 5 or 6 months painting that. It was awesome. I think it was like the perfect way of finish a process. But yeah, it was full of emotional baggage. But it was nice.
Yeah, I'll just see if I can I'll grab a couple images of it to show, because it's amazing. Have you done?
It's cooler in real life,
Yeah.
In real life,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Have you done things of that scale since?
Not much. Because I got really tired of painting that. Not only physical, but it was like an emotional disclosure. So yeah, the last month I spent in Dani City in Bucaramanga, I painted like this huge wall. But no, since I made that painting, I focus on only like little things, actually. But I want to go back to that. I want to go back to that format, to that giant expectation of fulfilling that canvas.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, with the just the experience of it, of looking at it through the phone was really interesting, because like the first frame, I was just like, oh yeah, and then just like swiping into the next photo, it's like, oh wow, it's so big. It's yeah, I really, it's such a cool. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, like how off to the side there's like paper, but it's like it looks like it's painted and it's like extending beyond the canvas, and so cool.
Yeah, I love that painting, but it makes me sad because it's like safe in my room, because normally people don't want anything that big to be exhibited. Like galleries, they have like a special measure and a special size. And when I'm like, hey, I have this painting, it's amazing, and then they see the pictures and they're like, yeah, super excited, yeah, let's put this on the gallery. And then they read the measures and they were like, no, sorry, we can afford to exhibit a painting like that. And I'm like, no. So it's like saved here in my house, getting dust on it. But yeah, someday it will be display again.
Someday I'll find a space to unfold it. And
someday, when it gets tired of getting dust, yes, it's going to be in the streets.
So you had you mentioned that you had lived in Chile. Was that while you were studying as well?
Yeah, I was studying art. So I studied in Chile and in Madrid, and it was cool because every country had like a different way of perceiving art. So really contemporary. So they make a lot of social art, a lot of like like protest art. So it was nice to learn that kind of stuff. I became really a contemporary artist in Chile, because before that, I believe I was like an illustrator. I didn't see myself as an artist rather than an illustrator, you know. So it was nice to learn how to be an artist and how to be clever. Yeah, that was amazing. And then in Spain, Spain is really digital actually. So I got to learn how to make animations, how to, yeah, that kind of stuff. And in Spain, I studied in an university that was arts. So the classes were like a photography or filmmaking, music and stuff. So it was amazing because I got to learn about filmmaking, about music, about a lot of stuff. So yeah, I've been studying for a long time. I don't want to study anymore right now. Yeah, but it was cool.
Cool. How long is a long time?
Like 10
Okay,
years.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been studying arts in colleges for 10 years. It was like, right now I just want to paint, and I don't know. It's funny because next year my plan is to go to Barcelona to learn painting. I think it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, actually, we and Danny are going. So yeah, how to learn how to paint together.
And
Yeah.
where will you be, or what's the vision, the dream? Where do you want to go to learn?
In the Barcelona Academy of Art, I think it's like related to the MEM Museum or something like that. So yeah, we know where we want to go. It costs like 3,000 euros, like a 2 or 3 weeks program. So yeah, it's like an intensive workshop. So yeah, that's the dream. That's why I'm working so hard right now. Barcelona, a few weeks.
Cool. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. The through your studies, and I guess living in a big city, does that make you feel like equipped for your exhibition, for example? That figuring out how to put together a show and to find a place to host it, and like what's the process like been like for that?
Yeah.
How do you think?
It's really cute because in college, you don't learn that. You don't learn how to sell your art or how to display it. So I think, yeah, it's because, and all of the contacts, this is why I say that art is a community. So you met an artist, and that artist is like, hey, I know a gallery that would love to display your work, and they pack, and then you just have to talk yourself into the art world, basically. But yeah, you became like a handyman. I'm a handy woman, so I chip and I frame and I do everything by myself. And it has been because of the experience, like, and everything that I don't know, I search it in YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Or I ask someone that knows how to do it. you know. So yeah, it's all like about community, you know. Why will you keep your knowledge in secret if you know that knowledge can help another artist to be a better artist,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like my friends ask me like, hi, do you know someone that would like to display my work? And I'm like, yeah, just let me put you in contact or something like that. Yeah, that's how it works. You just talk yourself into it, into the art world.
Talk yourself into the work.
um,
It's cool. Yeah.
This is why it's important to be an extrovert, even though that makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon, was that when you stepped away? Did you get that? That I like that category of anxious extrovert. So it's not actually introversion, it's just anxious extroversion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
That's me. Yeah, because you know, like you put yourself out there. I mean, like I'm a social person, you know, but I'm like a one event each month social person. Because then in that event I put all of my energy and then I have to be in my house recharging my energy. Yeah, so I go out and I expose myself, but it makes me anxious, so yeah, I have to recharge. Now, my thing is that I'm a loud person, you know, I'm a really loud person. I talk too loud, I laugh too loud. So I'm a really good chameleon between the extroverts. So yeah, everyone thinks I'm a genuine extrovert because I laugh too loud. Yeah.
Chameleon bird. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I was just wondering about the introvert extrovert thing. The past couple of days, I've never really considered myself as much of an introvert, but then today I was just like at the playground with all of these parents and kids, and I just kind of realized like, oh, I don't really talk to anyone, just like listening. I know people who I think would consider themselves introverts, but when you're just hanging out in that like trusted kind of context, then it's the kind of categorization doesn't seem or the introvert mode is not activated because it's like it's a safe known space. And is it possible to be both? Just thinking about the writing aspect of your work and what you've shared, at least what I've seen on social media, Lina, and what I've been able to read. I just recently discovered that you can on Instagram posts you can hit the translate button. Like I only realized that like a couple months ago, and it's like, oh wow, it's been so helpful because follow quite a lot of people who post in languages I don't understand, and it's like it's opened up a new dimension. But yeah, that aspect of writing and combining the written word with the image seems like a really interesting relationship between the two.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I see art as a language, like, you know, like another language. And, you know, with art, the the purpose of art is to send a message, you know, to someone or to no one, but to just say something, you know, that should be the whole thing of art. And with my stuff, I think I do anything in order to get that message received. So yeah, so if I want to write, I do it. If I want to draw, I do it. If I want to paint, you know, it's just like thinking about the right, like the right language, or the right letter to transmit the one. So yeah, this is the reason why I do a lot of like collage, or I write, or I do anything, like I just want to say something. And some days I love to write, and some days I love to draw on my writing, or backwards, or just like, I don't know, I'm a really instinctive person, it's all about the instinct, and to just let the image be, just to let the drawing be, just to tell the to let the drawing say whatever they
Right.
want. I'm not the owner of my drawings. I'm just the machine that made
The
them. But I'm
yeah,
not the
the
owner.
conduit
They
which the
can be
drawing is
whoever
flowing
they
through.
want.
It's like you're just there to let it manifest. That's such a cool idea, and that's like yeah, seeing all those different elements in your work with like thread on there or feathers or flowers and the text. That there's something so like so wonderful about that, and not to be like, okay, this is a drawing, so
Yeah.
it's got to be a drawing, because sometimes it's like just that with drawing and painting. It's like, okay, this has got to be a painting, this has got to be a drawing. I can't do that now because it's a painting. It's like, but then to be like, oh, I can just stick this thing onto it and turn it into a collage, and it's all like whatever's in service of the um, whatever it is that you're um, being a conduit for, what you're allowing
Yeah.
to be created. That's cool.
Yeah, that's how my man thinks. That's how I work.
Yeah,
You know, just let them be, you know. They are out of my system. That's all. They can be whatever they want. It's like they are my children. I don't think I'll ever have kids, but my drawings, my paintings, my works, they are my children, and they can be whatever
yeah.
they want.
Well, there's I don't know the whole quote, but what you said, instantly made me think of this thing like, your children are not your children, and because they like, yeah, and to be like, my drawings are not my drawings. That's so interesting to kind of find a parallel between the two.
For example, when someone asks, what's your least favorite drawing, or which drawing do you hate? I can answer that. Like everyone is special. Like every drawing, every painting, they were just part
Mm-hmm.
of the process of my process. So yes, they all are important. Yes. So I have unconditional love for everyone.
Yeah, that's so nice.
I was thinking about that
Yeah.
yesterday.
My my sister was visiting from Australia and just left on Monday, and towards the end of her time here, we're sitting together, and she leans over quietly and she's like, "So which one of the kids is your favorite?" And it was like, none of them. She's like, "Oh, go on. I know you have one." And she does not yet have kids, but that it's a funny little. She then told me that she likes to do that with people, to try and draw some judgmental flair out of people. But yeah, and like, they're all my favorite, and they're all not my favorite, depending on what's going on right now. And we're wondering, like, maybe you could come up with like a system where you start putting stars on stickers when you're like having some kind of special moment, and like, oh, okay, there's an extra star on that one. to figure out which one actually gets the most stars and the least. But I don't think that's not a plan we're going to implement. But it could be interesting in the drawing experience. You'd be like, oh, I see something that I enjoy. I'm gonna draw a little star over here, and then see how many stars end up on your drawing. That could be like a scientific, systematic way to figure out within our own process, like which things we like most. And you'd be like, this drawing is my favorite child because it has lots of stars all over the place.
Yeah.
But I very much like the idea of bringing unconditional love to I guess not just the drawing process, but any interaction, any process in life. It seems like a good way to go about doing things.
Yeah, that's how I live. It's easier that way, you know.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, I mean, like, why will you hate anything, you know? Just, I don't know, just be gentle with anything, you know, be gentle with yourself, with others, with the things you do, with everything, and then everything will be easier. I don't know. Yeah, I always tell my students that, you know, because when someone that is learning just like is just starting their process in art, they are always like, I don't know anything, everything I do is crap, and my drawings are, you know, they are ugly. And like they're I always say like they are not ugly drawings, they are just lazy drawings, you know, drawings that you did not put enough effort, you know. If you don't like your drawing, don't don't toast it, just keep working on it, you know. If you don't like how it is, then do something in order to like it.
Spend more time on
change it.
That's great. It's not a crap drawing, it's a lazy drawing.
It's a neglected drawing.
Yeah, I talked to someone on the weekend and there's like, oh, my drawings are like kids' drawings. And I was like, well, when was the last time you really spent much time drawing? When I was a kid. I was like, yeah, that makes sense that you draw like a kid. Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Just thinking, because sometimes like the kids' drawings can be so fearless and it's just like, I'm going to do this thing. And it was, Arvid's birthday, and Claire gave him this Snorlax, this Pokemon toy to hug, and he got it and he loved it, and he was like, oh, this toy is my best friend. And then he stood up and he was like, I've got to draw it. And then he just went, sat down with a piece of paper, and in 3 minutes he was finished. And then he just walked away. And there was no, like, it was just so pure. And he just did this drawing, and then it was done. And there was no planning to the process. There was no questioning the outcome. It was just like he did it and it was done. And then Claire came out and she's like, oh, Arvid, it was so cute. He said he's going to draw it. And it's like, he already did. It's just, it just manifested immediately. And having that kind of like courage and directness in the process is really something wonderful. That
it's beautiful.
Yeah. So sometimes I wish I could draw like a child.
Me too. Yeah. They are just like they experiment and they just play, you know, and that should be art. Just play around. That's amazing.
That the piece with the old drawing, the destroyed drawing, and the painting of the destroyed drawing, like I thought that was so cool. Like just how that kind of I guess like a playful irreverence. Like you can just like screw it up and then do a painting of the screwed up drawing, um, rather than. I just wonder about like the childlike kind of approach to um, not take things so seriously.
Yeah.
But then within that process, you can also be totally present with it, and you can take it really seriously as well, I guess.
But no, the idea is to not take it seriously, just to play around and just like be clever, but clever in not a intelligent way, but in a strategic way in art. So for example, I was like, this green looks pretty. So I was like, yeah, just like put your mind into a child's mind and to actually play around, then that will be clever in another way, just not like an
Yeah.
academic one, like a really strict way. No, like it's a grief process, because I had like a childhood best friend and she really betrayed me. But there was a time where I really had like an unconditional love for her. So I made a lot of drawings of her. So I took like the drawings I made of her and I wrecked them. I just destroy it. And that's the whole thing was born because of a grief process. Like how can I become this drawing in something that talks about more of the present, that talks about of the past. I'm a really reflective person. Yeah, I'm always thinking. Yeah, I don't know. So it's weird because I'm not usually drawing or painting, but all the time I'm thinking or writing my thoughts or something like that, and then it becomes a painting. So yeah, I don't know.
If and when you come to Barcelona or go to Barcelona, when would that be?
The idea is like next year, like summer next year, maybe June or May, maybe. That's the dream.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you been to Barcelona before?
Yeah. When I live in
Yeah.
Madrid, I travel a lot to Barcelona and to the north, of Spain.
Cool.
I've never been to Germany though. It scares me to go to Germany.
How come?
Because of the language is like, I don't know, it's frightening. I don't know. Yeah,
Have you been
I don't know.
to non-Spanish or English-speaking countries before?
I went to Amsterdam last year. So yeah, I mean, they talk a lot of English there, but the Netherlands it's still that's the closest thing I've ever had to a country that I went when I didn't speak the language of the country. So yeah. But no, Germany. I want to go though, so to see. I like the beer, so I expect to to be a great beer in Germany. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you I'll be keen to hear where you end up, where you go. Because I've been to Barcelona. It was many years ago now, but I loved it. It was so cool.
Yeah. I like Madrid better though. I don't know, Barcelona. it's nice, but I don't know. I didn't fall in love with. I fell in love with Madrid. With Barcelona, it was nice. The sea, it's amazing there. Um, I don't know, the air. It has a really special smell. Madrid smells different. It smells like sweet. I don't know why. The people, it's also amazing. I don't know, Madrid, it's magical. Like it has a lot of culture. So yeah, I love Madrid. Yeah, it's I don't know. It smells like candy. It's really sweet. It's a really sweet smell. I swear. You want?
Having lived and made art in different countries, how does it feel after going abroad and coming back? Like it sounds like the digital influence perhaps of your time in Madrid, like it's interesting to hear that and be like, oh, so perhaps that's like, see that in different aspects of your work. But as yeah, how is it just living?
It was hard, and I just realized that recently. Like, okay, so when I came back, I knew that I went through a lot, but I didn't knew how much until actually the last weeks. I realized that when I came back, it was really hard. I was really hurt, I don't know why, but it reflect on my work. I was like really sad. I was really conflicted on who I was, like on, I don't know, on my identity. So that reflected on my art, and I started to do like performing arts, um, just to explore like all the sadness I have inside. Uh, so yes, I don't know, being abroad, it was hard. It was amazing to learn a lot of things, to knew a lot of people, but it was hard to just feel like you don't belong anywhere, but you belong everywhere
Yeah.
at the same time. So it was just like, I don't know, it kind of wrecked me at the time. And now I'm proud of who I am. Like I put together all the pieces. So yeah, it was different. It was like you put yourself in a reality that
Yeah.
you're not used to, so that it's going to wreck you. And I didn't know how much until now that I know that I'm complete, or that at least I know that I'm okay. So I didn't know how much being abroad like hurt me and or changed me, and those changes were hard to embrace, but it was amazing to change, and to see how my art changed also with me. It was cool. I don't know, like right now I look into that time, and I just appreciate being able to live different experiences to become who I am right now as an artist and as a person. So yeah, everything is part of the process, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's interesting because I'm from Australia. I grew up there and moved to Europe and traveled a lot, and so did you grew up in Bogota, or did you move there? Like,
Yes. No,
yeah.
I grew up in Bogota.
Like I think sometimes about how when I was traveling and just kind of drifting around, that I just kind of always felt at home wherever I was. But I don't have like a really super strong sense of belonging to a place. And And when I see it in people
Mm-hmm.
who do, it's like it seems like a really beautiful, powerful thing. And and just having been so many different places, and it's I definitely get a sense of myself, even though now I'm living in this small German town and don't get out much. I I feel like I kind of have like a much broader perspective than I would have if I had never left um, Australia. And
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that there's yeah the experience of sadness is really interesting. Like I live really far from my family, and apart from the family that I now have here, but and it was never planned.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh, it's just kind of what happened, and now I've been here for a long time, and
Yeah.
yeah, and it definitely is. It's like it's part of the journey. It's part of like understanding my place in the world, and I think traveling is wonderful and beautiful and just teaches so much. And and yeah, it's okay to, as well as all the benefits it brings, to also acknowledge that kind of sadness, and kind of it can be dislocating, like creating a new kind of
Yeah.
perspective, um, and all this new input and inspiration, and it's kind of yeah, just it's interesting to think that it to did you say wreck or break something or yourself, that it's like it's for things to be able to expand to this kind of new in like international perspective.
Yeah.
It's like yeah um the the child that grew up in a neighborhood, like it just keeps the framework that you have to perceive the world, and then your place in it and the place of your work within that big context is it's a really interesting kind of journey, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And that, like, that also contributes to your
Yeah,
journey as an artist. And that's amazing, like, because probably a lot of people live this experience, a lot of
yeah,
immigrants feel the same way. But we have the possibility of share that experience, or to just to re- to register that experience through art, like, to me these days it was really difficult to see the art that I used to do before and relate it to the person that I was back then. But that now I do a lot like my art, and it reflects on the person that I am now. So I think that's beautiful about art,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah. It's cool that you've been studying and making art so long in so many different places, that you can kind of look back on it as like a window into that time, um, and that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt sad when I came back, not when I was
Was
there.
it like a
So I don't know, it's weird because I was really happy when I was away. I didn't have like homesick or anything. But when I came back, I just felt like a different person, and I didn't know how to adjust like this new person to the life I used to have. Maybe it was that. I don't know. I don't
that
know.
makes sense? How it
Changes. Yeah, because I love living new experiences. So I was like, yes, a new country, a new everything. So I was really excited about that. Yeah. I always feel like a nomad, you know. So it's weird. It's the part that it was difficult to me, it was that I didn't expect to change that much. You know, I expected to stay the same, but in different countries. But when I realized that I changed too much, that was really hard. But yeah, I was like a child. So yeah, I had like 20, 21 years old, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think that that because that's fear, you know, and I believe that fear what we should be living in fear in
Yeah.
anything, you know.
Yeah.
We should love without fear. We should live without fear. We should do everything without fear. You know, we obviously are gonna be afraid of a lot of things, but that should not stop us from doing something. So yeah, I know that I'm going to be afraid to go into the roller coaster, but I love going into roller coasters. So yeah, you know. So I'm gonna do it anyway, even if I know that I'm going to be afraid.
Yeah. I just listened to like 10 minutes of this Frank Herbert biography that I started listening to last year, and in it he mentioned this book by Alan Watts, which is called The Wisdom of Insecurity, and that it's like an illusion to think that things are going to be the way they are and that you expect and that it should be. It's like I'm very excited to kind of listen or read this book. I haven't yet, but just hearing that, like that there is wisdom in insecurity, like that being able to to step into that fear and that uncertainty, there is a potential for anything to happen, I guess, and to be open to that experience, and to be able to adapt. Yeah, because what I also heard today was that before Dune was a success, Frank Herbert was like struggling to make money and was super in debt, and he was like writing, going from like story to story, not getting published, and just writing, trying to make his artwork, and then, but he was really into like the teachings of Alan Watts, and I think they were friends, and that they met each other and stuff, and that idea of that kind of kept him going, that he believed in what he was doing, and in that, yeah, being able to keep on going in the uncertainty of whatever is happening, and to be open for the opportunity of whatever it is that you and we are here to experience.
Yeah. Once I read something that said that uncertainty can be exciting. You know, that uncertainty could lead to excitement, but also could lead to anxiety. So we should we should expect to uncertainty be excitement, you know, not anxiety. Because we're always afraid of uncertainty, of what we don't know. We don't know how it's gonna happen, and that's how anxiety is made, you know. But we should just embrace uncertainty in order to be excited about whatever comes.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about bedtime for me.
Yeah.
Shoot.
this has been a lovely chat.
Yeah.
So nice hanging out. Yeah, and thanks, Lina, for getting in touch and wanting to be a part of this. It's just so nice to connect and extend and deepen the sense of community, and to create together. So nice. And thank you to everyone who's been watching and drawing along as well. A few of you are still here. Thank you for being with us. And yeah, and we'd love to see your work. So if you use the hashtag Drawn Together and tag each of us, links are in the description to our Instagrams, and wherever you are on social media, get in touch, say hello. And thank you for being here. And yeah, thank you, Lina. Thank you so much. It's been really wonderful.
Thank you. It's been amazing.
And if you have the chance to go see Lina's exhibition, if you are in Bogota,
if you happen to be here, please, thank you.
And tell us all about it and how wonderful it is, and tell all your friends. Take care. Bye bye, YouTube.
Yay. Bye.